This is about 60x what a normal spotting scope would see zoomed into 60x. This is zooming in now to optical zoom 100x, and I can go another 50x by going to electronic zoom, where the electronic image is just magnified, which cuts down the pixel count. This has a higher magnification than we find on most spotting scopes. We're going to zoom into 100 now. Okay, we're 100x. The farthest birds away are about a quarter of a mile to close to a half mile, but not quite. And if I put this on picture taking, I could put it on manual focus, and when I touch the focus ring, it goes out to about 200x. The quality of the image, believe it or not, stays pretty close to what we're seeing right here. These birds right now, approximately a quarter of a mile away. Okay, I'm looking south. The launch ramps are in the background of the picture. Just about right there. Okay, I'm taking this picture looking south. Early morning, none of the birds have flown out yet. There's been no fly out. A couple of geese are starting to get a little restless and flying around, but they haven't flown out. Yesterday, about a half hour later, the geese flew out and shotguns opened up and massive barrages just to the west of us. Probably west of the golf course, west of Eagle Creek. Okay, now we're coming back into birds that are about 1/8 of a mile. We're at 200x magnification. I'm going to change the magnification to what a spotting scope has maximum. That would be 60x. There's 100. Now we're going optical zoom. A large number of mallards just flew in, estimated 150. Okay, here's 60:1 zoom, what a normal spotting scope would see. And binoculars, we're down to about somewhere right in here. 7 power, 8 power binoculars. I'll take that back. Okay, this is about what a pair of binoculars would see. If you had a 7 or an 8x binoculars, it'd be somewhere in this area. I don't have a good, accurate way of knowing exactly what magnification I'm on. Now we're going to zoom into what a 60x telescope would see. As you zoom in on a telescope, the image would get duller, it would get darker, depending on how much you spend on your scope. Okay, we're at about 60x right now. The birds a quarter mile out are looking like pinpoints on this, and that's what you would see through the lens of your telescope. You got to remember, when you get home, you can take this image, put it into the computer, and blow it up any size you want. On a telescope, unless you have a camera attached, you have no way of enlarging the image any further than what you're seeing right here. Okay, now we're going to zoom in to 100x, which is the maximum zoom you can get optically. This is the lenses changing their relationship to get maximum magnification. Okay, we're about 100x right now. Now we're going to take another 100x electronically to the birds that are a quarter of a mile away. Okay, now we're 200x. If we put this back on taking pictures and then turn the autofocus off and then turn the focus ring to infinity, the magnification we were seeing would be somewhere between 200 and 400, and the very far birds would be very sharp. There's very little haze this morning, excellent viewing conditions. The sun still hasn't crested the horizon. This creates a problem with the telescope or binoculars. You don't get very bright images this time of the morning when you magnify the maximum, especially if you have like a 60 millimeter diameter lens. Okay, some birds just flew in there. I'm not taking any pictures. When you're looking at this video, you can push the stop button and then you can zoom in on your computer screen and go way in to see how sharp the images really are electronically. However, your computer screen has a limitation to how much you can magnify, and it does degrade the image a little bit compared to the camera's electronic magnification. Okay, I'm going to try to adjust the manual, but I don't think when you're taking a picture you can actually zoom in. No, it's not going to let me zoom in. Right there is a mass of ducks, folks. I believe on the computer screen all of these will be identifiable. And on my screen they'll be identifiable. I've heard the great white-fronted geese cackling, but I haven't located them yet. Just got here, just turned everything on. A lot of the geese yesterday when they left, they got hit with gunfire. I think they're just waiting it out rather than go out and risk getting shot in the cornfields this morning. I'm assuming the duck season's up. So red-breasted mergans are dipping out there. There's 2 of them, males. A couple of mallards just flew in and landed. Pair of mallards. There's quite a few mallards here this morning, many more than were here yesterday, I believe. Mallards hunched down on the shore. I believe that's a white-fronted goose right there. Dead center. The giveaway is the red legs. So Canada geese have black legs. A lot of these geese are on the ice tucked in, so it's going to be harder to determine if they're white fronts, but I believe all the ones right here are white fronts. Let's see how many we got. Oh, there's a Canada. So there's Canadas and white fronts mixed together there. Canada cleaning himself back there. I don't think the white fronts have got out of their tuck. It's 20 degrees, pretty cold out. I cannot get this good an image on any spotting scope I've ever owned. And the image stabilizer is allowing me to move around without jittering the picture and making images that are sharp enough but not stable enough to be useful. Okay, looks like we don't have as many. Yesterday there were 79 white fronteds in this one little group. Okay, let's go out to a quarter of a mile away. Now there's some suspicious ducks here with white fronts. They might be geese. They had to stand up before we can identify them. Okay. Red-breasted merganser on the left, a goldeneye on the right, two more red-breasted mergansers. These are about a quarter of a mile away. That big white bird there is probably a common merganser. Yes, it is. And the one on the right is probably a female common merganser. I misidentified that. That's probably another female common merganser. Got a gull on the lake. I don't have this set up. I could go a little bit darker. Okay, here's another common merganser right in the middle. As the light comes up, you just reach up. I have the special button I push and it sets up so you can change the sensitivity, or what's called the ISO. We're going to do that right now because it's starting to look a little too light as the sun's coming up. So I push it in, take the sensitivity down one whole f-stop to 2000. All these images coming in are at 2000, and we got a ring-billed gull in the background. Okay, now I just hit the button. Okay, we've dropped one. We've sped up one shutter speed. We got a common goldeneye sitting behind a ring-billed duck here. Two common mergansers in the background, and way off in the background is a question mark, and this could be very interesting. Okay, I believe that is a second-year herring gull, but I could be wrong. I think it is. I have to take this off of to get the magnification I need to identify that, but I believe it's a herring gull. Some more mergansers and a goldeneye. Another goldeneye in the background, a red-breasted merganser, female goldeneye, another male goldeneye, a telephone pole, telephone wires. Let's go back down in there. Mallards. Now we're going to go into the big swarm of ducks here. Impressive swarm of ducks. I'm going to zoom out so you can see what we're talking about. Ready? Battery exhausted.